Hello dear friends, and welcome to your weekly astrology horoscope for February 24th until March the 1st. Mercury is retrograde and here we are making some changes. This is a new format which I'm experimenting with, which will allow you to be prepared for the most important influences during the following week. And if you want a more detailed daily forecast, wait until the end of the video to learn about those news, or if you are impatient, just check the links below. So, speaking of Mercury retrograde, of course, this is one of the major things we have to consider during the following week. We are in the middle of this interesting period. Mercury is retrograde in Pisces and is kind of making us more focused on internal experiences. Also, great time for exploration, for reflection, for reevaluation of things, and also making changes when necessary. If something didn't work very well, or maybe you have an idea how to improve it or how you can fix something, that would be something great to do during the week. As usual, we shouldn't forget no important projects should be started if they are brand new, no contracts or even important negotiations. So the technical stuff and the other material stuff may also require more attention. And the other thing, which is kind of a major thing for the following week, is the fact that we have such a strong Pisces energy. So many things, including Mercury, which is retrograde in Pisces. Also, there was a new moon on Sunday, so right before the beginning of this week, on February 23rd, there is a new moon in Pisces, and we are going to feel the impact of this moon for the whole week. And the moon will be growing after that, so this is the very beginning of this lunar cycle during the week, which makes the period also very positive for some kind of action. The beginning of the new cycle is also allowing us to step forward and to do something. Again, I'm reminding, with Mercury retrograde, probably this shouldn't be like the biggest project you are dreaming about and starting it right now, but it may still be taking some actions and doing something and being more open also to connect to the outer world. Generally, the Pisces energy is triggered not just by the new moon, but of course, Mercury retrograde, the sun is in Pisces during the following weeks. And during this particular week, we also have some interesting aspects, and actually most of them are triggering Pisces. So let me be specific. During Mercury retrograde, we need our cheat sheet so we don't mess up things. All right, so what do we have? We have the Sun in Pisces in a sextile with Mars in Capricorn. And also Mars in Capricorn having a sextile with Neptune in Pisces. So two aspects triggering Pisces and Capricorn. We also have Mercury retrograde in conjunction with Neptune, again in Pisces, which is a major event since this is the ruler of Pisces. And also Mercury retrograde in a positive aspect with Mars, and Mercury retrograde in a positive aspect with Uranus. So we have a very strong accentuated Pisces energy and also Capricorn energy. So those are the two signs that are the most triggered during the week. We also have one challenging aspect, and actually that's the only major challenging aspect of the week, which is between Venus and Pluto. It's triggering again Capricorn, but also Aries. So literally those are like the three signs which are triggered during the week: Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus, okay, and Aries. So they are four, actually, my mistake. But that's kind of a rare thing. First of all, it's rare to have so many exact aspects during 1 week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exact aspects during the week. That's quite rare. And it can make the week quite intense, bringing some opportunities and positive stuff, since most of the aspects are actually positive. And especially when it comes to the area of communication. I expect that things can be quite interesting because Mercury is having a couple of positive aspects with Uranus, with Mars, and also the conjunction with Neptune. So, what do we do with all of those things happening? First of all, the most important is to focus on the Pisces energy because it will dominate, which means healing, exploration, reflection, also finding some time to process things or even to meditate or do something else that is spiritually nurturing for you. And I would also say that we need to slow down a little bit. The Pisces energy is not about rushing through life, competing all of the time or, chasing some concrete results. Of course, results and concrete results are something great, but the focus first is on finding the meaning. So what's the meaning for us? Why we are doing something? How we can be more creative by sharing our own truth and being authentic actually. The Pisces energy also includes our connection with the divine energy, including everyone else, including all the people in our lives. And these are just some of the major themes that we can think about. Now, more concretely, what can we say about those aspects? First of all, the Sun with Mars is a combination that can really empower us. This can help us to reconnect with our masculine energy, and that applies both to men and women. This can help us to stand up for ourselves or do something that is meaningful, take certain action, and be both braver and more courageous. This is something which is kind of the magic of the Sun and Mars. They're actually great friends with each other. They are both fire planets, and it's also especially in ancient astrology, they say that Mars is the servant of the Sun. So the main purpose of Mars is to take action. And who defines the direction or the actions? This should be the Sun. Mars on its own doesn't have a concrete vision or concrete idea usually. It's the Sun that can define, can bring, the spark and the enthusiasm and the creativity in the whole process. So a very nice combination, especially for people who are willing to take more action, who are ready to step up. And at the same time, it's not done just in this materialistic way, because the strong Pisces energy allows us also to feel like we are being guided, that we are supported by the universe, or we are also able to listen to our intuition and taking action based on that, which is something quite special in my opinion. So one of the most interesting aspects of the week is definitely this combination between the Sun and Mars. And the other one, again, including Mars in Capricorn and Neptune, is an aspect that can increase even more the intuition. Just knowing what is it that you truly want, how it will make your life better or how it will make other people's lives better. And also, how is this allowing you to be a better person or to have a real meaning in your life? The key here again is taking the action. So Mars is, very, very accentuated, but only after we connect with our soul. So it's not just, taking the action for the sake of it or just doing it because we have to do something. Generally, Mars in Capricorn doesn't support that. Mars in Capricorn needs a very concrete reason. Why am I doing this? And what's the outcome I would like to have? And at the same time, Neptune supporting Mars can allow you to reconnect with your own truth and take action based on that. So this is an amazing combination for people who are more creative or are willing to be more creative. And you don't have to be an artist. I have repeated this many times, but I will remind this again, that when I talk about creativity, I don't mean just, artists, musicians, or people who are really doing some craft or literally art. Everyone can be creative in their own thing. You can raise your children creatively, you can do your business creatively, you can communicate with people, and you can do anything in a creative way. So that's what I refer to when I say that this week is especially positive for people who would like to be more creative. And I believe that that's always something that, increases the enthusiasm and allows us to eventually create or have something more meaningful. All right, moving ahead, let's see what else do we got. Mercury, as we said, retrograde in Pisces and joining there the ruler of Pisces. Mercury and Neptune will have this meeting together, and we'll have to figure out what we are going to do with that, because from one side, it's a great aspect that can bring inspiration, intuition, some kind of insights that are coming from very deep, something that you don't necessarily have to express logically or verbally. And sometimes we don't even understand it with our rational mind, but it's still showing us, okay, what should we do? And it really brings the attention to more creativity and also doing something with an impact. But we also have to mention that, first of all, Mercury and Neptune are completely different. And it's considered that actually Neptune can blur things and can mess up Mercury's stuff. And we have to admit that this is definitely an option. So we might find ourselves more distracted, or we can be sometimes taking things too personally, or we can get confused, and it might be difficult to have this logical type of clarity. Generally this is something that is easier for the earth signs, for people with a stronger Saturn. They are capable of seeing things in concrete forms and having this clarity and presence. But now with such a strong Mercury-Neptune connection, and on top of that Mercury is retrograde, clarity might be something that we are kind of missing. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you should chase it and you should really, kind of do your best. Oh, you should get back your clarity. That's not what I would advise you. I would recommend you actually to try to do things the other way. Just for a while. Don't focus on having all the specific details about your project or about the things that you would like to do during the week, but instead try to feel more and try to connect with this right side of your brain, the creative part, the one which doesn't use words. That's why it's kind of difficult for us to explain this, because this part of the brain, the right brain, it doesn't use words. So instead it could be as some kind of feeling that we may get, or some kind of intuitive thought, or something which is not based on material stuff or logic or any of that. And that's okay. So if you feel like you're really behind on the concrete details or something, more specific, just give yourself a break. Once in a while, we really need those periods to reflect, to reconnect with ourselves, to slow down a little bit and to listen more. That's something I would recommend during the whole week, to try to listen more to your inner self, to your inner guidance. And from that, eventually you may get the clarity, but not by forcing it, not by shutting yourself from, this need to relax or to listen. No, we should do things in a very smooth way. With so much Pisces energy, we should let go. We shouldn't try to, control the outcome, which sometimes we may try because of, the other earth energy that is added here. the Capricorn energy, also some Taurus energy that we have during the week. And from one side, this can be also very grounding, and this can allow us eventually to bring a concrete meaning to whatever we want to do, whatever we want to achieve. So this is actually a great combination, having lots of Pisces energy and also some stabilizing earth energy. Of course, here I'm not 100% objective, because I'm just a huge fan of the Pisces energy and I love it, and I also have some Capricorn energy. But even if you are not like me, maybe if you are a fire air person, it might feel a little bit more uncomfortable or kind of unknown, but that's okay. I mean, even for those people, things might be interesting and beneficial if they manage to slow down, something which usually is not part of their nature, especially for the fire people. But if you guys manage to do that, eventually you may really get the other benefits, the creativity, the intuition, and eventually the material stuff that you can create. All right, but to be very practical, so let's try not to fall too much into this Pisces energy, to be very concrete about what we should or we should not do. With this Mercury Neptune aspect, be extra careful with detail stuff, documents, information, connecting, communicating with others. There could be some kind of complication, misunderstanding, or mistakes. So these are just, the facts. Okay, moving next to another aspect. Venus with Pluto. That's the only major challenging aspect we have during the week. And this can make us over emotional. Basically, the major impact is related to emotional stuff, relationships. There are higher chances that people can overreact, or they may not be willing to make so many compromises, which is kind of, Venus thing. But with Venus in Aries, which is a very fiery, very dynamic position, and also Pluto triggering Venus, this may really be difficult to kind of make the effort to make a compromise. So those are the challenges, possible confrontations, more jealousy, emotional overreaction. What else do we have? Just some kind of, too much emotional intensity and imbalance. And there can also be a positive impact. We always have the opportunity to shift things. And the positive manifestation of this aspect is related to more passion that we can experience. We can be extra focused, extra motivated to have something, to get something. And of course, it's all based on our desires and the feelings, the emotions that we invest. Venus is, very passionate in Aries. So if you really, really, really want something, actually this aspect can help you to remain extra focused on that and eventually get it, but only through some effort, some hard work, and sometimes even pain. So if you are ready to do that, then go for it. But when it comes to emotional things, relationships, just be extra careful that, people can sometimes respond in a very strange or kind of, unpleasant way sometimes. And back to our Mercury aspects then. So we are talking a lot about Mercury, but that's just because there are many aspects that Mercury is having during the week. The next one is with Mars. A positive aspect between Mars and Mercury can allow us also to take more action, to also intellectually be more triggered or even more effective, I would say. Mars can make things more dynamic, bringing you some kind of solutions, or thinking faster sometimes. Not too fast, because It's the Pisces energy we talk about, but still it's faster than usual. And it could be also a great time to share your thoughts, your ideas with other people, and just be more active when it comes to expressing ideas. And finally, the last aspect, I promise, the last Mercury aspect that we have is a sextile with Uranus. Uranus, which is in Taurus, so again, we have Pisces connecting with an earth energy. So we have this inspiration coming, those insight, the intuition and everything we talked about. And also we have the support of an earth energy. This time it's the Taurus energy. So first of all, it can help us to think in a little bit more practical way, to be able to materialize those ideas, the inspiration we have, and literally to make things, a little bit more practical. This could be helpful when it comes to finding some financial solutions or decisions. I'm reminding again that it has to be in a very careful, very cautious way because of the Mercury retrograde. So maybe it's not the best time for some kind of significant investment, but maybe it would be a nice time to revisit your own finances, or how you spend your money, or what you can do to change or improve this area of your life. And all of that is because Uranus is in Taurus, which is the most materialistic sign related to stability, resources, and of course that includes money as well. So to summarize all of it, we really have lots of things happening during the week, and most of them are very, very positive. The essence of all of it is very strong Pisces Neptune energy in combination with supportive earth energy. That's kind of the most important thing. So if we manage to use this creativity, those insights, we can really have some stable and some practical results. So I really hope that you would do your best to enjoy your week and eventually to get the results you want to. And now, as I promised, I want to share with you what did I mean when I said at the beginning that things are changing and I have some surprises. The new thing I have created for you is a new format on a new platform. The best thing is that it's available on your phone, and it's like a membership platform. So you may join us for $5 a month, or you can choose some other options if you want to, but even $5 are enough for you to join us. It's called MarStrars DreamTeam, and it will give you access to the daily horoscopes individually on your phone whenever you want to. All you need is just your internet connection, and you can check the daily horoscopes there. There will be other bonuses as well, like a private Facebook group. Also, the monthly presentations are uploaded only there, and there are some additional options like monthly webinars or one-on-one sessions. So the main purpose of this is to make it more convenient for you, to allow you to be inspired on a daily basis and to be able to really get the most of it and be able to make a difference. That's our purpose. We want a difference, we want more inspiration. So that's just another way in which I'm trying to serve and help you. So if you're willing, check the links below. I would love to see you on MarStrars Dream Team, and let us know in the comments, how do you feel with all of this amazing Pisces energy? As I personally admitted, I'm very excited because I love this energy, but let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.